Good morning, my coolest of kids. How's everybody doing on this bright, sunny, hot, and just absolutely wonderful Tuesday morning? Did y'all enjoy your 3-day extra long Labor Day weekend and take yourselves a break, you working folks? I personally have been outright busy. If I haven't been busy packing and getting ready for my sister's destination wedding in Florida, which I leave for on Thursday. Woo! Like, real excited about that. It's a vacation slash a birthday. Wedding is what I meant. It's gonna be so much fun. I'm gonna get some destination videos for you guys as well. I would like to apologize. Had barbecues this past weekend, family meetings, getting my clothes, everything bought and packed and ready for to be able to leave, so I don't have to do it this week, because I do actually have to work today and tomorrow. We leave Thursday morning, 9 a.m. towards the airport, but I'll do some update videos on the way over. But yeah, that's just, I've been really busy. Honestly, I haven't had time to get any kind of an upload up. But I do have kind of a weird, creepy, different kind of story today for y'all that I read. Actually in a creepypasta, True Stories. So, here's one for you that you probably wouldn't have expected from your buddy Rob. But here we go. A young woman was deciding on her major to go into college. Now, in high school, she had seen South Korean as a foreign language, and she had started taking the classes her sophomore year. Her parents didn't understand why, but she'd always had an interest in like the Korean language and their just who they were as a people and everything else. And so she ended up taking that actually as her major. She went through all of high school, everything. High school. Finished high school, went to college, and majored in teaching. And then had South Korean and totally mastered it within the 5 years that it actually took her. After those 5 years, there are actually there's a lot of programs over here in the States where they look for and acquire people to move from the States over to South Korea. Every different country has the same thing. You know, they all have the same type of programs where you can go and do that. Well, her family was just, really confused. They never understood why, but she just had that pure passion her whole life. She was really interested in like a lot of the anime, a lot of the K-pop stars, which is like the celebrity from Korea and such, in that whole that area over there. Growing up, and she was pursuing her love and her passion, and she had read into like how the people were over there and how amazing and how very caring they were in South Korea. I'm saying, not North Korea. And just the kind of people that they were and how they all looked out for each other. And she loved that. So, she actually found a position in South Korea. I forget the name of the actual city, but she is all done with her college. She goes over there to go start teaching middle school students how to speak English, the beginnings, like a basic English from Korean. So, she's teaching the classes and everything. And then the second year in, she starts having a after-school program and for kids that are lagging behind a little bit. And one boy actually stands out from the crowd. Like, he's really trying his hardest, but he's struggling. But he's doing better, and he does all the after, school projects with her and everything else. And, he tries as hard as he can to get, be able to speak the English language. And she really believes in him, and he really cares for her. And he even ends up inviting her over for dinners and such to say thank you. Well, it wasn't him that invited her over. It was the father and the mother that invited her over for dinner to thank them for everything that she'd been doing for their boy. And, they actually all speak English as well. They were very prominent people in the community over there. And, they really appreciated what she was doing. They had dinner and they started growing like a relationship, like a nice friendly relationship where the family would even go and like hang out in off times together and such. Not having anything to do with teaching or anything like that. Like a real friendly type situation. Well, one day they're doing their after school program, and it's getting really late there, but they wanted to go to a soccer match that night. Her and the boy and two of the other students were going to go. Well, the two other students ended up, going with them and everything, and they went to this whole soccer match. It was a great match. They had a wonderful time. But the boy actually lived about an hour and a half away, and the woman, only lived about 40 minutes. Now, we would think in our society a little bit strange to even ask, but the boy asked if he could just sleep at his teacher's house that night, because it was it was going into an off day of school, and then the parents could just come pick him up in the morning because they were very tired. So she calls the parents, and they immediately agree. I know, I get it. It seems kind of weird for a little younger, middle school boy to sleep at his female teacher's house, but it really isn't as big of a deal over there, based on their relationship and such. So that night, she sets up a spot for him on the floor in the living room. It's all wide open, kind of, set up there, and sets up a spot for him on the floor in the living room. Says good, they watch TV and everything else. Sets up his bed on the floor. He goes to lay down, and she goes in her bedroom. And in the middle of the night, she hears him get up to go to the bathroom, and then she comes in, and he comes in the room, and he goes, "I know this is really strange, but I'm very hungry." And she goes, "Well, there's some food in the kitchen," and she starts naming off a bunch of different things that he could possibly have for a midnight snack. No, please, ma'am, we need to go get some food down the street. There's a 24-hour mart. I have my own money. I'll buy you something as well. I need to have something very specific. And she goes, I just let me please go back to sleep. I'm going to have to tell your parents, that you're misbehaving. And he goes, please. And he tugs on her shirt. Finally, she gets up and puts her keys on. She goes, yes, fine. We'll do this, but we're going to talk to your parents in the morning. And so he drags her down the stairs and everything, and he makes sure they're in the car, and she goes, hurry. And she's like, this is just ridiculous. And she parks on the side of the road as soon as they pull out from there. And he goes, teacher, I don't want food or anything. There's a man underneath your bed. She starts shaking, looks at him, and goes, under my bed? And, with tears in his eyes, he looks at her and he goes, yes, there was a man under your bed, and I could see him laying underneath your bed when I laid down to go to bed tonight. He had a knife, and he was sitting there. I don't know what he was waiting for, but I just wanted you to get out of there because I love you. And you're my family. Well, call the cops. Cops end up showing up at the apartment, and there was a homeless man that had come in through her bedroom window while they were gone, up through the fire escape. And I don't know what his intentions exactly were, but he got arrested. So, if something seems out of place, something seems weird, someone's doing an emergency type situation, and then they're trying to get something across to you, or something seems really out of place with somebody that you're normally really comfortable with, you might want to trust them and just go with it. I don't know if there's necessarily an entire lesson with this right here, but being a good person, helping others, building relationships, ended up saving this woman's life most likely, and if not her life, some kind of a horrible action. Just another whole staple, another whole step, another whole reason to put out those positive vibes for a positive life. And always portray the best possible version of yourself, not only to everyone around you, but also by staying true to yourself. Have a nice day.